asalaamu calaykum waraxmatullaahi wabarakaatu walaalayaal kusoo dhawaa walaalkiina mumani channelka crypto ku taajir qaybtan labaad waxa waa dhinacii waxaa kusii soconaynaa optimism foundation or optimism token whatever adigaad ku wacatid khaasatan dhinacan waxay ku xiran tahay dhinaca technical part of it you can see bahalka suuqa markuu it was as low as 0.396 let's say beeca meeshuu kasoo bilaabay maybe beecaas oo ahay oo suuqa laga soo daayay but however the chart waqtigu soo baxay aniga wuxuu tusinayaa $2 camal inuu bahalka as high as $2 oo aaday and it was low as 0.396 so if we go to I mean this is also part of the technical part of it let's see the key metrics of it from from the lowest cycle ilaa hadeertaan meesha oo joogo wuxuu joogaa 180% ayuu taagan yahay if you were to buy it bahalkaneeto markuu joogay 0.7 which is remember this price 0.7 let's just go and find 0.7 right here right there that's a good support that price 0.76 iyagana waxay leeyihin almost I think 0.79 somewhere there in between here waxay qaateen I think the closing candle kan ay kasoo qaadeen let's see the closing candle kaaseet wuxuu yahay 0.79 haddii aad gada laheyd from the time optimism 0.7 ka 9 kaaseeto waagu ahaa let's see where is it right here 0.79 or 0.72 haddii aad soo gada laheyd waqtigaaseeto ahaasaleed ilaa maantadaneeto your return of investment waxaad ka faa'idi lahayd ku soo celi lahay waa 61% you will have waxaa heli lahayd 50% of I mean 61% of $50 haddii geli lahayd waxaa heli lahayd $60 61% so let me just do this waxaa rabaa inaan ku cisto meesha aniga aan ku haystay the technical haddii aa fiirino bahalkaneeto wuxuu ka kacay I mean this was its previous low there was some hacking ka dhacay waxyaalaha la xaday and so forth a lot of bridging yaashan badan waxyaalahaasa ka dhaco when things they say they want to you waxay rabaan scalability inay ku dadaalaanay rabaan then they forget wax la yiraahdo security-ga that is one of the trilemma ay ka mid tahay dhinaca blockchainka lagu dadaalayo which is trustless security and it was security-ga transaction it was security one of it waxa waa scalability security and I think the other one is trustless haddii aan si fiican soo xasuusto haddii soo xasuusan I don't know just look it up waxaa la dhahaa the trilemma of blockchain waa triangle waay those are the three things ay ku dadaalooyaan scalability hadda ethereum ku dadaalooyaa these guys wanted to be the scalable part of it inay ka qayb qaataan but they forgot to improve on their security goda and that's why I think they got hacked so from here to where the price is at right now from meshanet amal to here to that is where doing 61% kaneto from I think the bottom here somewhere oof, where are you somewhere melahaneto 60% I don't know 60% from Mesh Aseto up to date. But however, forget about the percentage Kaseto. What you're looking at right now is this is good. How a good support. This is your next support. This is a good resistance. You have your top resistance and also the last resistance you have. Sukaneto is the top. You know, make sure so top there, or you can go to the week. For the sake of Balkan into Meshu area, let's just say this is Mesha Usare, so the top, I mean, except for the weeks. The body ganeta hadertan askaso qadano for the sake of the argument. We could see Balkan inu kujuri dhinac control Z wuxuu ku jiray a really nice upward trend channel ayuu ku jiray on a daily channel kaneeto ayuu qabsaday suuqa waa sii socday and then it ended up tapping here and made another higher high ayuu sameeyey he made a lower highs he kept on making lower highs but right now what we are seeing to hadeertaan suuqa dhinaca afiirinono wuxuu soo samaystay a different pattern which was a downward pattern kukusoo jiray and guess what happened here you had a breakout so you have a breakout in your channel and that's a downward momentum kaasayto ku jira. And that downward momentum, you're also looking at something else, your RSI. And also I'm looking at bahalkaneeto, the MACD. It's lagging indicator waa waxyaala ay dhahaan. But if you go back to the MACD, your weekly, would it show it? No, let's just use the daily data. It has very little data or has that. However, but let's just look at this even weekly. Weekly can it the affiliate, you have a really nice bearish candle. That is a good confirmed bearish candle. Can it, yeah, I don't believe this thing is right now wuxuu u baahan yahay to close underneath this Balkan, what is it, 1.15. So you want the price to keep continuing going down on a bearish dhinaca, bearish sii aado on a weekly basis to close underneath this candle. If it closes underneath that candle, definitely waxa waaye you're looking at a next support of a 0.786 kaasi wuxuu ku fadhiyaa 0.82. So let's go to daily and see where that huge candle on over fadhiyo. This is where your weekly closing candle was on a bearish candle previously. You break that, other time over the price. I think it's even lower than that. It's 1.16. You close underneath on a weekly basis. Kabal kind of by the end of this week, I think we have a had you close underneath that. You definitely are looking to go a little bit lower. Balk suuq daadasho kale I'm talking about optimism. Daadasho kale inay usii dhiman tahay markaaseeto oo aad rabtid ay isleedahay investment ayaan ku sameynaya. Wuxuu soo jebiyey the 200 simple moving average on a 4 hourly basis, and this is what your 50 moving average on a daily. So if you go back to on a 4 hourly, already you have this as your resistance, and it had the support ku high was so GB, and you can see that this was also another good indicator, or even indicating that Balkaneto support information ku high. Here was also another good support. You had your at least your 200 simple moving average who has as a support was so GB. Hadertan, it's actually sitting here as a good support. However, I don't think it's going to stop there. Meshas istagayo, you can just extend this channel kaneto. What how do you repeat in a sucted how for it to retest this channel and then break down, host or uimado. It's either going to do lower mid. One of it is one is continue downwards like that. Has so tap to some retest and then break it down. So that is a it's definitely for me it's not in a bullish kumujuro. This is a place where would at least I would put a buy fian in a meshan and kusi sugo. You could also see here there was a previous support oku high. This was also would be a really nice bounce catch. Then hadii arabti trade ahaan arabti ina ku samaysid ama investment oo is leedahay baalkaneeto aan rabaa ina wax yaris aan geliyo. And if you do that, if you do Balkaneto and you say, let's say Optimism Arwaina Galo, if you invest in Mesh at that price, it is also, I mean, to me, it'd be even way better for me to just take it in a kado and Agilio, Optimism Caneto, the Optimism ecosystem kina mesha san kuturo, so that I can participate in airdrops. Hadoti airdrops in so hello or bilash or wahi an has ta'amal uqul mata $10 hadii ay geliyey probably $10 ama wax yaris u dhow camal aan heli doonaa, which is good. I mean that is free. It is community ayaa ka mid noqon doontaa. Waxaan ka mid noqon doontaa the token house kuwa ka mid ahay or the community collective kuwa ka mid ahay. Hadhooti governance you can vote. Wax waxaa leedi kartaa waxaaneeto arabnaa waxyaalahana ma rabna in lagu soo daro. NFT haddii if you keep on improving and one you add more to it, and hadhootin you probably might get your own NFT and it becomes the optimism club amal no. So this would be at least a good catch for a good bounce or hadoti support fi'an oo ka helayo until the MACD or on a daily basis and ka hadlayo and I don't know weekly until the MACD crosses back. MACD ganito oo kasoo noqdo oo kasoo baxo dhinaca bearish ganito kasoo baxo. I mean to me it definitely looks a baalkii la yiraahdo a bearish oo ku jira dhinaca bearishka. And also on a day, if you go back to 4 hourly, you can see right now it is actually a good if haddii aad la trade garaynaysid two things, a good support right now meesha hadirtan oo fadhiyo, which is eventually might end up breaking. So you might end up getting a retest to your channel and then a breakdown. I say that because also waxaa haysata you have it also overbought, no, oversold. Um, and this is where you actually, when it goes below balki RSI 30 hostis ado ado, that's where you actually go buy it. It's because it's oversold. So many people ended up selling it dad badan aa suuqa kasii baxayo, and they're actually selling it more. So definitely that is a good bounce for a small trade, for it actually into ka sameynayo your retest, or sameynayo at least a retest to the top of this channel, and then break down and come back and find another support, which at the is leedahay meeshaasaa ku gashay, and retest muusan sameyn uu kusoo jebiyey. You can however still bahalkii la sameeyo la yiraahdo DCA. Another reason aan dhahayo bahalkan aniga I don't see any bullishness in it, dhinacii optimism kasoo socdo. There's not much, a lot of news coming out. I don't see it going back to its previous all-time high unless the suqa goes crazy. That might happen, crypto wise. But however, what I see right now is also a, let's just go to the 4 hourly and go back 4 hourly gane to channel ka. As the price went up, you can see here meeshaneeto waxaa ka dhacay, if you are doing what it's called a the chart analysis on a volume price analysis. Yeah, I mean, it's called volume price analysis. So if you are only looking at your price action and you're comparing it to the volume, that's what they call a volume price analysis. معناheedu waxa waaye dhinaca volumeka haddii aad fiirinaysid, aad ka qaadanaysid analysis aad ka sameynaysid meeshaaseeto, aad isleedahay meelahan ayaan trade ka raadinaya, aad fiirinaysid also the price action. You can see from here to here, you can, let me just put the yellow, yellow, and 3. You can see the price actually went up, right? The price went, I mean, it shot up. Kor oo ka dhacay. Even you can even start it from here, from its previous low gisa. But let's go check the volume up. Volume went up, and this is where it actually stopped, right? This is where it stopped. This is where the volume was at. This is where it stopped. But the price didn't stop. Suuqa price action kiisa muusan joogsan, wuu sii socday. But if you go back to your volume kaadi, wuu soo daatay. And now let's see what's happening on the sell-off. You have a good price action, which is in a downward channel oo ku jira, confirmed. There's no doubt about it that bearishkaasi intuu kugu jiro. And you also have a decrease in a price. You look at your volume and try to see and what's going on with my volume as well. From the top, it tried to do something called distribution, which is try to go back up. Suuqa inuu iskugu day inuu kor kusoo noqdo, but wuxuu ku noqday on a very 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 low volume. That is what they call distribution. Accumulation ma ahan, waa koraa loo celinaya and then waa lagugu soo daadinaya. And you can see that, I mean, you can see also it kept on going from there. From here to sell off to hadertan meeshan uu joogo, you have an increase of a volume. I'm trying to show you guys that. So you have waxaa ujeedaa inuu meeshaneeto from suuqa korkaaseeto aaday to here, at least waxaa haysataa a good increase of a volume. Suuq wax yar oo aaday. Right now, let's just say that it's going to level off. Wax yaris wuu soo degi doonaa. And let's go look at the 4 hourly and see what that's definitely, was it? Yeah, I think it was the 4 hourly we were looking at. Yeah, it's definitely the 4 hourly. So you can see that Balkaneto, the price, the sell-off is not actually has not reduced yet. Price action ko ujeeda suuqa hoos u sii socdaa. Daadashadaneeto, volume-kaneeto muusan soo yaraadin. You want that sell-off to actually reduce down to something like this. Waxaa u baahan tahay gadashada la gadaa inuu wax yariis oo soo yaraado to the point of, even let's put it down here. Let's just put it right there. Meeshaasito ka soo gaaro. Suuq wuu soo daadanayaa, but at least volume kaada, the sell-off is reducing, and bang, you get your supports. Support kaada, once you actually come and retest your previous support on a weekly meeshan hadeertaan uu joogo, retest to the channel and come back down again. You need to see a volume coming in or strength badan soo qaadanaya and putting it back in this channel, and eventually test the previous channel from a resistance to another resistance, sii socdo. But the question is, where would this Balkaneto, let's just remove everything. حاجة لقيها وينو قارا $100 مقارا $20 مقارا $30 مقارا it depends. You cannot actually you know waxay yiraahdaan you cannot predict how high could this thing go, you know. You can give it an estimate and say I would use a I think 1618. 1618 is always the thing that we always go to when it comes to a retracement. Um, a trade-based fib. This is the only thing you'll استعمالها. So on a 1618 is where you would target if you were to enter price caneto from meelaha neto haddii aad dhahdid meelahana ka soo gashay ama haddeertaan meesha uu joogo the two targets haddii aan wax yar soo taabanay, this will be at least a good target inaad dhahdid, you know what, I'm going to target, I'm going to hold it ilaa uu ka soo gaara 3.29, and definitely from that place to where it's at right now, let's just push it waxyariis hoos u riixno, you have almost 200%. waxaa gelisid, you are guaranteed if it becomes bullish, it's definitely a price that it's going to test because the sky is the limit. $50 mo gaari doona, $100 mo gaari doona, I'm not saying that, but this is the closest that u dhawaa karo suuq ahaan as a price ahaan, and it depends how much of a contract ay la saxiixaan Ethereum, yaa heli doono Polygon, yaa la tartami karaan, shaqada se u kala qaybsanaan, communitygiyuu ku badan yahay, NFT yaasha dhinaca xaggee ugu badan tahay, ma Polygon miya, maxay isticmaalaan Optimism, Rollup miya, and so forth. So those are the only things zaid u fiirinayaan, and those are the things that also you need to inshallah, you know, just pay keep an eye on it. One price I kasoo hadalnay was about 1 point so it is about, it was about here, let's say, what is that, 1.17. We know that it has to close underneath 1.15, close underneath that, and then you know Balkanet, at least you've broken it and you're targeting it a little bit lower, and the next at least target to say Balkanet, it's a good opportunity for maybe a bounce or a buyback or an opportunity for another bull run, waxay ahaato, or maybe a long time investment. I mean, definitely you're looking at less than $1, which is about 0.95. Ama haddii if you want to go a fib level haddii aad tahay dadka fib level firfiriyo, you're looking at a 0.786, which is wuxuu ku fadhiya almost 8 cents. Asalaamu calaykum waraxmatullahi wabarakaatu. Waa walaalkiina Momani, waxaan igu soo dhaweynayaa janaalka Crypto ku taajir. Xabeeb aad igale, even the amount of I was speaking here. So inshallah, if you appreciate and would like to intaan soo dhigi karo waxyaala badan, I mean, the encouragement comes from the community. Optimism, rajada qabaan waxaa waye collective community inay ummadda isku wada keenaan ee sii dhisaan community-gan ay sii abuuraan. I mean, that's what it's all meant about, community in support. If you like it, inshallah, hit the like button, subscribe great, inshallah. And if you have any comments or any other coin add in you, even if it's a shit coin, we will look at it and do some research for ourselves. And you have any ideas, inshallah, if you know some critiques, I will take it one qadanaya, one kuma sentin, just put it down there in the comments. I take all the time to go through it, inshallah, and share it with your brothers and your sisters. Walaalahaada la qaybso. Waan igu soo dhaweynaa markii labaad. Waa walaalkiina Momani, janaalka Crypto ku taajir. Asalaamu calaykum waraxmatullaahi wabarakaatuh.